So, hi everyone. My name is Aditya, and welcome back to the MBA Playbook. Today, we have a very special guest called Pranay Jha, a seasoned professional with over 5 years of experience in tech and client management roles across IBM and other leading firms as well. Pranay also made it to one of India's most prestigious B schools. XLRI Jamshedpur is well-known fact or phenomena, where he has done PGDM-GM program class of 2025. And now I would like to ask him for the introduction about his journey, how this XLRI happened and what he's doing currently, just to understand about him in a much more detailed manner. So over to you, Pranay.
Uh, yeah, so greetings everyone. So my name is Pranay,
Yeah,
as Aditya have shared, and I have around 63 months of work experience, majorly in IT sector. Let's say IT and engineering services basically.
yeah, yeah.
So I have around 44 months of work ex in IBM, around 8 months of work ex in teleperformance,
Mhm.
and around 1 year work ex in iEnergizer. So that's basically all the IT firms that you can see. So I worked across, I guess, 1.5 years in customer facing role and 3.5 years in client facing role. And majorly it's been service related, the IT services related, support related jobs, and basically administrative jobs.
Yeah,
So that's what my experience has been in these 5 years tenure. And I think when it comes to MBA, I think I was thinking about doing an MBA around about after like 2.5 years of work ex.
yeah,
I started thinking about it. Okay,
yeah. The ideal
now I
time
have a
actually.
certain amount of experience.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like I had a certain amount of industry exposure now. Now is the best time to at least think about it. Maybe
yeah,
convert a good college by next year.
yeah,
So yeah, that's what I started thinking about it. Then I started understanding like where do I actually want to go. Initially, like I started thinking about going abroad. So I started preparing for GMAT
yeah,
initially. So I was pretty casual initially, but I slowly started getting serious about GMAT.
yeah,
But I wasn't getting like a good score there. I think I gave two attempts there. I wanted around 700 there, but I couldn't get it. And the exam was also like pretty expensive. It's around 25 or 27K.
yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what's the amount right now.
Exactly.
So yeah, so yeah, that was kind of also going through my mind whether I should, go for more attempts or not.
Yeah,
And also time was running out because I wanted to do an MBA as soon as possible. So after some time, I started thinking, why not try Indian exams as well?
yeah, yeah,
Let's see where it takes me.
yeah,
So yeah, when XLRI happened, I thought, okay, this is a good opportunity. Let's go for it. Yeah.
yeah. All right. So basically, in this conversation with you, for the viewers, we want to
Mhm.
understand for a particular profile, like let's say you had experience of
Mhm.
close to 5 years, or maybe more than that as well. And people often say about like, over five, like more than 5 years of experience or 6 years of experience, it becomes a burden to carry, especially in the Indian setups of
Mhm.
MBA, right? So how do you see it? And also, if somebody like you, 4 years plus experience, 5 years plus experience, they want to come,
Mhm.
how should they target if they want to come to XLRI? And what is this program is all about? Even I have not much idea about it. So you are the right person,
Mhm.
to enlighten us.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Uh, yeah, so as I said, like I started thinking about doing an MBA after a certain amount of experience, around 2.5, 3 years of experience.
yeah,
Then I started thinking like there are multiple types of programs that are available in the country, right?
yeah,
So there are basically flagship 2 year programs. Then there are certain flagship 1 year programs as well.
yep,
I thought like I could target those programs as well. I mean, why not? If they are giving a good curriculum and obviously good salary packages after placements, then
yeah,
why not go for them, right?
yeah. Because that's the
So
ultimate thing. Yeah,
I Yeah, yeah. To be honest, placement plays a big role when it
Big
comes
role.
to choosing your college.
Yep.
No matter how much you deny it, it's the truth.
Yeah.
So I started researching about 1 year programs as well in parallel. Like, see what are the options that are available. So some of the options, good options, are obviously IIMs, top
Yeah.
IIMs, like let's say Blackie. They also offer 1 year programs with a decent package. I mean, they all go above 30 plus average package.
Yeah.
Then obviously, when it comes to curriculum, their IIMs, they are not behind anyone else. So
Yep.
they offer excellent curriculum as well. You will be able to learn a lot there. Then there is obviously XLRI. Then there is SPJN as well. And there are some other good colleges. I'm not remembering the names right now. And there is one Great Lakes as well, where we actually met
Yeah. Yeah.
for the 1 year interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are some of the good options which I had in my mind. I created a list, and
Yeah.
and I tried to understand like which one is giving you the best ROI, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had these certain options when it comes to 1 year. So as I told you, I started preparing for GMAT, but around 1.5 years of preparation, I didn't get the desired result. So like I thought of giving Indian exams. Let's give it a try. So in 2023,
Yeah.
uh, in February, I left my job.
Mm.
At that point of time, I was still into GMAT, and around May or April, I don't remember exactly. I gave my last attempt in GMAT.
Yeah.
Wasn't satisfied. In May mid, I thought about let's give Indian exams a try in
Yeah.
2023. And around June or July, exactly, I don't remember, June or July, I started preparing.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say in July, I got serious about it. Okay, let's go for it. So I had around 3 or 4 months of experience, 3 or 4 months of preparation.
Yeah.
Then I gave my CAT exams, then all the other basic exams like we have SNAP and MAT,
Yeah.
um, we have that. Again, I think SPGen, I don't know if they have their own exams, but these are basic, very known exams for MBA.
Yeah.
So I started preparing for them around July something, and I think 3 or 4 months of preparation. That's what I thought. Sorry, I forgot your initial question. I was just going through my journey. What
Yeah.
was your initial question?
So yeah, so question was if somebody like you want to come for XLRI specifically, what should they be doing? What are the points that need to be taken care of? Yeah. So if you can highlight on that part.
Okay, so like I said, when I was preparing for my exams, XLRI was like just an option in my mind.
Hmm.
I wasn't preparing in that direction,
Yeah.
but I knew that I had to keep in my mind, I had to prepare after, especially after CAT exams, we have that exam, right?
Yeah.
So I had to prepare for XLRI in that direction as well. So I started thinking about it after my CAT exam.
Yeah.
And from what information I was able to gather at that point of time is that for the 1 year program, the GM program, the minimum experience required was 5 years.
Oh, minimum is 5 years.
So I had around, yes.
Yeah.
So I had around 63 months of work ex, so I was pretty happy with that. Okay, I at least I'm eligible for this. Then I went through the average package. I think it was around 28 or 29. So I think it's good to go.
Yeah.
So I started preparing in that direction. I also understood like what is the average ZAT score. So I think they take three types of exams,
Okay.
which makes you eligible, right? So first is that,
Hmm.
second is GMAT, third is GRE.
Okay.
So I think when it comes to that, if you are scoring around 85 percentile or more, then you have good chance of getting a call, right?
Okay.
And if you have 90% plus, 90 percentile plus in that, you have good chance of converting,
Conversion. Yeah.
right? 85 plus, it's a bit difficult to convert, but you will get a call and depends upon your interview. But if you have
Interview and
90
also,
plus percentile,
yeah, and also maybe
yeah.
work experience, the relevant work experience you might have.
Yeah, yeah. So the kind of work experience you have, the way you are able to present yourself in the interview.
So,
Because I think when it comes to IT, majority of us has almost quite
Same,
homogeneous kind of,
same kind of
yeah, it's
experience.
pretty
Yeah.
much the same.
Yeah.
But if you have a niche profile as well, if you're a lawyer, maybe you are an architect,
Yeah.
or something of that sort, right? Where it becomes niche, then also you have a pretty good chance.
Yeah.
So I would say below 85 percentile, it becomes very, very difficult to convert. But if you have a niche profile, you might have a chance. Then when it comes to GMAT, I think anything above 650 will get you a call, definitely. It
Okay.
should get you a call. But if you get 700 plus, I think you have a very good chance of converting. All right.
Understood.
And GRE, I'm not sure of what is the exact score or the average score. You can research about it, maybe go through Quora or Reddit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you'll find some average score,
Hmm.
so the acceptance score. But for ZAT and GMAT, if you score 650 plus, you will surely get a call. Most probably you will get a call. And if you are 85 percentile plus in ZAT, you will get a call. I mean, it's not 50-50, but 80-20, you will get a call. Now, after that, it depends on you how you're preparing for the interview.
Yeah.
So, if you are targeting the GM batch, the GM program in the XLRI, I would say to be on the safe side, target 90 percentile plus in that,
Hmm.
target 680 plus in GMAT, and that at least you will have a good amount, I would say 70-30 chance of converting.
Yeah.
So yeah, keeping those things in mind, prepare in that manner, at least you are able to get 90 percentile plus in that. That
All
should be
right.
good to go.
All right. Now you talked
Yeah.
about, of course, there's a cutoff criteria that they have, but at the same point in time, how your interview goes and what kind of work experience you do have. So
Right.
I want to understand this for the viewers that how much
Mhm.
importance they work experience carry to this interview, if you have any idea on it.
Mhm.
Like there are any particular ratio to it or something they consider that you might have some insights on that, if you can highlight something. Because a lot of time what happens now, Pranay, you have let's say 85 percentile plus, sometime because of some pinch of luck you're not able to score 90 percentile, but then you are a you're a fantabulous candidate, right? You're a fantastic candidate. If you go to interview, your work experience talks a lot, you yourself talk a lot, right? Because the kind of person you are. So for them, I just want to understand it. Yeah.
Yeah, so first of all, like in GM program, there is no official cutoff. I'm
Okay.
just making it official.
Yeah.
There is no official cutoff when it comes to percentile,
Yeah.
both in GMAT and ZAT.
Yeah.
So like there is no official cutoff, but yeah, there are some average where
Hmm.
which you can gauge of,
Yeah.
obviously. So you
Hmm.
can look at them and prepare accordingly. Second, when it comes to your work experience, if you have 5+ years of work experience, so they expect a lot of maturity in you, right?
Do that.
If you have been in the industry for 5 years, they will not treat you someone who is a fresher out of college. They
Yeah.
will keep a track of every word you are saying.
Yeah.
It's not that they will try to keep you under pressure, but it's an expectation.
Yep.
It's not a sure shot win if you are a very mature guy.
Hmm.
But yeah, it helps. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
And the reason behind that is, see, they have to get you placed, right?
Yeah.
So when the placement season comes, there are going to be companies who are going to interview, right?
Hmm.
So when they are interviewing you, they should not see that this guy is sounding just like a fresher, You
Yeah.
should sound like a professional who has been there in the industry for 5 years.
Yeah.
You should know certain things. You should know certain terms that are used in corporate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cliche to say that we have to use those terms, but what happens is that when you have a certain amount of industry exposure,
Yeah.
then it is something which comes into your mouth pretty
Naturally.
prevent yeah, naturally, I would say.
Yeah.
So they're expecting that.
Hmm.
And understanding from the standpoint of interview, you have to understand when it comes to 1 year
Program.
programs,
Hmm.
they are taking experienced professionals, right? So when it comes to interviews, what they are looking for, a guy or a girl who they can easily place.
Yeah, definitely. Because the bandwidth is
Yeah,
also
that
very
is,
less.
yeah. So
Yeah,
that is the only thing that is going on in the
yeah,
interviewer's mind when they are interviewing you, the
yeah,
college interviews
yeah,
for the admissions. I'm
yeah,
talking about the admissions. What
yeah,
the thing that is going into their mind is, will I be able to place this guy into a good company or
yeah. So
not?
you are basically
Will they
placeable
be
or not?
impressed by this guy? Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's what they're looking at. They're not looking at how um, like how much professional you are or how much knowledge you have.
yeah,
At the end of the day, what matters is that the college, everyone should be placed,
placed.
right? That's what they're looking for. They're looking for 100% placement. So it could happen that you have a good amount of industry exposure, you have a good amount of experience, right?
Yeah,
But you are not able to speak it up, right? You are lacking confidence somewhere. You're not prepared well. You know the answer, but still you are not able to speak.
yeah,
Or maybe you are speaking the correct thing, but it's not the right way to speak that thing, right?
true.
There's a certain way you have to, express that.
Yeah,
You have all the capability in the world, but you are not able to showcase that capability. But
yeah,
then no one will know, right?
yeah,
If you are in turtle, right? If you're inside your shell and
yeah,
you are telling me, I know this and I know that, but nobody is able to watch that,
yeah,
then nobody will believe that, right? You
yeah,
have to some or the other way showcase that I have learned these things. This is how I have applied these things, and this is how I've, I implement these things in my day-to-day
yeah,
life or day-to-day work.
yeah,
So you should be able to express yourself, whatever you have learned over these 5 years, in a professional manner. So then they're expecting a little bit of maturity when you have around 3 to 5 years of work ex, right?
yeah,
So yeah, that's what they're looking for. And yeah, when it comes to interview, my interview was revolved around basically my work ex, what I did I understand what I was doing,
yeah.
how was my work impacting the whole organization
Organization.
on a broader level.
Yeah,
I should not I should understand things in a on a broader level. I should
yeah,
not only know what were my roles. I used to log in at 9 a.m. in the morning, then I did this, then 5 a.m. I did 5 p.m. I did this, and that's how my work ended. You should be able to understand what are the business impacts of your
your work.
job, right?
Mm, yeah,
How is your work impacting the organization on a broader level? So you should have a broader level thinking as well, not only, a narrow kind of vision, only focusing on your roles and responsibilities. So they are expecting a bit of that clarity as well. So I think my interview revolved around basically my work experience. They were looking for, did I understand what I was doing?
mhm,
How was it impacting the whole organization? What was the value delivered from my end to the
yeah,
organization? See, if you are going for job interview as well in the placement season, they are going to ask you the same level of questions, right? Did you
100%.
understand what role you were in, right?
Yeah,
So I think most of the questions revolved around that. Some were behavioral questions where they were testing you out on how you would behave in certain situations.
mm,
It could range from like anything behavioral, like if you are in this situation, how would you handle this situation? Your maybe your subordinate is not up to the mark, but you have noticed that he has not been doing good lately, he's not been in good mood. How would you
yeah,
go about the situation? I'm just giving you an example,
mhm,
right? They could ask any kind of behavioral questions. So a mix of behavioral question to kind of understand your personality, your thinking, how you think about things, what is your point of view about certain things. They can also ask you about some current affairs.
yeah. I was coming to that
I
only.
think,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, not to know that you are following news or not, or you are aware of everything around you or not. It's more about getting your point of view. Do you have any idea in your mind?
yeah.
How
Opinion.
does your mind work?
Yeah,
Yeah, do you have any opinion? Do you have anything to say about it? Do you have a kind of leadership mindset where you are obviously going to become a manager in future,
yeah,
right? So they're trying to understand, do you have that mindset that you are able to think on a broader level? When
yeah,
it comes to, they'll ask you something about maybe uh, not to go too controversial, Israel-Palestine war,
yeah,
maybe Ayodhya temple,
yeah,
something controversial they might ask just
Yeah.
to know your opinion. It's not that you give any opinion, they will not like it, they will reject you. They're just trying to understand, do you have something in your mind and you are able to express it or not? How
Yeah.
well you are able to express it, how well you are able to construct your thoughts,
Yeah.
your point of view. That's what they're looking for. So these are certain expectations when it comes to 1 year program interviews in MBA. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have summarized everything so well that I know, I did not like, uh, I have nothing to ask basically, right? You have summarized everything. So basically, yes, 50 feet view is not important. You should be having 5,000 feet view, what you did in your
Yeah.
working
Hmm.
time for 5 years, because 5 years is not like easily spent. It's like you have given considerable amount of time to the industry. You should be having all this knowledge, and
Yeah. Yeah.
you should be,
Hmm.
yeah. So those things are important. At the same point in time, you talked about current affairs is important just to have an opinion. You should not go, I don't care
Hmm.
about all this, because at the end of the day, you are in the business, and business is getting impacted by all these phenomena, right? So you should have a
Right.
eye on all these, so that as a manager or
Hmm.
as a leader, you can save your own people, you can save your own business, right? Am I
Hmm.
right, Pranay? That's
Right.
what I think you wanted to convey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
majorly yes. So basically,
Hmm.
what I wanted to say is they're not looking for someone who is like very well into news, who just
Yeah.
follow news like crazy.
Yeah.
They want to understand your opinion.
Yeah.
So just follow the news every day, follow the headlines. Even if you follow one-liner headlines, that would be good enough.
Hmm.
Understand what the news is about, understand what is your opinion about it. Does your opinion make sense or not? Is
Hmm.
it logical or not? Try
Yeah.
to counter your argument by yourself. These are
Yeah.
small things that you can go for,
Yeah.
but don't go haywire on, oh, what should I do? Should I read newspaper every day for 2 hours? Now what should I do? Should I watch YouTube videos every day? That's not what they're looking for. That's not how you should prepare.
Yeah.
You should basically focus on your point of view, what is your understanding, and how you are you able to convey that properly in a concise manner, in a precise manner, and understandable manner or not. That's what they're looking for. That's it. And the questions around current affairs and behavioral questions, I would say they together form only 20% of your interviews.
Hmm.
80% of your interview revolves around your experience. What have you done, and do you understand what you have done or not? That's it.
All right. Now, one more question. Did they ask you anything related to your
Hmm.
undergrad subjects? Sometimes I'm not sure about this particular program, but sometimes interviewer also expects
Hmm.
some kind of some kind of questions from there as well. So was it in your case the same? Did they? I mean,
No, no. So I think that is something which I guess people go through who have just graduated. I
yeah,
think it might, those
freshers
questions
के
might
लिए,
come for, yeah, freshers, right?
yeah.
But not in our case. It
Hmm.
doesn't happen. I think one interview that I gave after Great Lakes was, I think, for Institute of Management.
Yeah.
They were asking me certain things about mechanical engineering. And I told them, see, it's been 8 years, 7 or 8 years since I left engineering. I never studied
Yeah, because
engineering,
it
mechanical
doesn't make
engineering
sense,
after
Pranay.
that.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
After
exactly.
5 years,
So that's what I told them.
I
Like,
mean, this is
I'm
yeah,
sure I told them, like, I don't think it has a relevance when it comes to MBA, but if you want an honest answer, I don't remember anything right now.
yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, I
Because
think sometimes it might happen that some people may ask, and your interview might be ruined. It happens, but I think it comes to luck as well sometimes. But
yeah,
when it comes to XLRI, they didn't go into graduation at all.
yeah, because
So they were
value,
fixated
value,
on here.
yeah, value addition is important. This is ridiculous that you're asking graduation question with a guy who is
Yeah,
experienced for 5 years. I mean, it means you don't
right.
have questions from his work experience, then you're going beyond, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I think that makes sense at some level for guys who are
Fresh.
freshers,
Yeah,
because they want to understand, like, what did you do these four
yeah,
years, 3 years in your life, right? What did you focus on? Like, did you understand what you
yeah.
did, right?
Because apart
So
from
it
that,
makes sense for freshers.
yeah, for
Yeah, they
freshers,
don't have
apart
work
from
yet.
this, they have nothing to say or talk about. So it makes sense there.
Right, right.
Okay, so
Right.
the final question that I would come towards is how was the life in XLRI? And just if you can summarize, and I know you are a guitarist as well, So
Yeah, yeah.
did they ask about extracurricular in your interview, and how was the life there? Explain it.
Like sometimes it might happen that they ask you about your extracurricular outwardly,
Yeah.
but sometimes they might not ask, but then it's your job to display it out
Yeah.
because they want to know you as a person. Sometimes because see what happens is that when you're taking hundred of interviews in a day, no,
Yeah.
sometimes you forget asking basic questions. It happens, but it doesn't mean that they don't want to know. They
Mhm.
want to know. It's your job to make sure that you are highlighting it, your
Yeah.
extracurricular activities, because it's a part of your personality itself,
True.
and it helps them know as well who you are as a person besides work, right?
Yep.
How passionate are you about things? What do you like doing apart from work? Do you play cricket? Do you like to play guitar? Have you been a part of band? Have you learned something apart from your basic work things?
Yeah.
So it definitely helps. If they are not asking, you should highlight it. 110% you should highlight it. Now, when it comes to my interviews, I actually used to insert this into my introduction just to
Mhm.
let them know that apart from work, I am also these many things as well.
Yeah. I have different things
I
on my
also
plate. You can
used
ask
to,
question from there as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes once I think in one of the interviews they asked me to sing one of the rags as well,
Oh wow.
the classical. Yeah.
Pranay,
So I think I
Pranay,
got
I'm
select.
I'm I'm so sorry to cut you, but don't you think that ये थोड़ा और
हाँ.
comfortable कर देता होगा if somebody is asking a question from there, so you would be more
Yeah,
comfortable
yeah,
in
yeah,
that interview.
definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely. See, this is one of the reasons why you should share as well, because if
exactly.
they are asking you something which you like, then
Yeah,
you also become comfortable talking about it.
yeah, yeah,
Then it kind of gives you that confidence and makes you comfortable that you were able to ask rest of the questions quite comfortably as well, no
true.
matter how weird they get, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, I think I insert that every time in my interview that I am a guitarist. I've been a part of three bands in my life. I've been a part of music club in my graduation.
hmm,
I've conducted these many events. A very two-liner, very small part of my introduction. Consider this, right?
yeah,
So if they want, they ask about it. That okay, what kind of events did you conduct, right? And like what kind of songs do you sing? Do you like Mohammed Rafi or Kishore Kumar? They might ask you these questions, right?
yeah, yeah,
Just to have a conversation with you, try to understand how you look like when you are passionate,
yeah,
how confident you become when you're passionate about certain things. So yeah, it can happen that they want to know about your extracurricular. If they are not asking, definitely you insert it into your introduction, maybe somewhere in the conversation.
yeah,
And yeah, I think that not only helps in college interviews, the admission interviews, but also in the job interviews as well.
yeah,
I would say it is like maybe 10% important job interviews, but sometimes they might ask.
yeah,
They just want to know a bit more about you. So it kind of helps in the interviews as well, the job interviews. Now, the life at XLRI.
true.
So yeah, I
The most
was
awaited
a
question.
part of cultural committee.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I was the part of cultural committee there. I was the part of Bodhi Tree band as well,
Yeah,
and we conducted lot many events there. I was pretty happy. I mean, to conduct these interviews, these events, then be a part of so many events, performances, everything. I thoroughly enjoyed my time there. That was one aspect. Second
yeah,
was that I also like to play cricket, so I was the part of my cricket team, the GM cricket team as well. And we were part of lot many tournaments. And
oh,
unfortunately, we didn't win in any tournament, but it was great
yeah,
time there. So if I have to say, like, if 100% of the time, I would say 20% or 30% I focused on playing cricket or maybe extracurricular. Then another 30% or 40%, I would say, in the Bodhi or cultural events. Then maybe 30 to 40% on studies. That includes actually classes as well. So
Yeah.
my focus was pretty small percentage on studies
Yeah.
and more on like enjoying myself there, enjoying my time there, trying to understand how what I'm learning here.
Yeah.
Maybe through cultural events, I can learn more about team building activities, leadership skills, uh, planning and organization, right? So those are
Yeah.
some of the skills very much essential in some of the managerial roles, right? So, I mean, if I have to say, like, if you are joining in an MBA, don't only focus on studies all the
Yeah.
time, because what happens is that most of the time it happens that the most irresponsible guy for that seems like an irresponsible guy would grab a very high package,
Yeah.
and then you will you will see that, okay, why was I focusing on all these things? These things didn't help me. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, see, your personality plays a very crucial role when it comes to job interviews as well.
Yeah.
So focus on developing that
Yeah.
instead of focusing too much on studies.
Yeah.
Maybe you can, if you want to dedicate, maybe dedicate 40% of your time to studies, but enjoy your 50 to 60% of time to give time to yourself. Maybe sit just like that on the chair, just focusing on yourself, maybe meditation, just doing nothing.
Yeah.
Give time to yourself as well. So that is also something very important when it comes to MBA. Yeah, that's
All
it.
right, all right. Even in my opinion, also, I think we
Hmm.
should focus more on those part because real transformation
Hmm.
happens there only. Correct.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, whatever you learn in academics, you can actually implicate all those. You can actually live all those examples, in a true manner. And I think in interview also, your personality shouts more than your grade points, especially in MBA. It's not an undergrad course, so yeah. All right, so that sums up our conversation. I think viewers will have a lot of value addition when they'll see this. And I'm
Hope
so
so.
very thankful. I'm so very thankful, to you, and I'm very happy for you. I think the interview, the way it has gone, I was just listening to you, and I think almost every question that I have had was being answered, before I would ask it, right? So I think you made my journey on this interview quite easy. So thank you so much for that, and also thank you so much for being here, taking out your time, and sharing your insights here. I think it's been so long we have not talked. I think
Yeah.
in your college you must be busy, and so was mine. Course was for only just 1 year, and our plates were so full that we could not even think beyond that anything else, right? So I think, yeah. So this conversation was really, really good one. I would cherish for the longest time. And of course, whenever I'll come to Kolkata or you come to Delhi, we can meet for sure.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
thank
and
you.
just
Yeah.
one
Hmm.
advice
Hmm.
to someone who's preparing for interviews.
Yep.
See, if you are naturally good at speaking up, and
Yep.
if you feel that I don't need any preparation for mocks or the
Hmm.
interviews,
Hmm.
then you can try one or two interviews. But even
Hmm.
after that, I would say try to give at least one or two mocks before any interview. That
Yeah.
will help you get accustomed to the interview environment, and it will help you practice for speaking as well.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes if you're not in habit of speaking so much, then suddenly in an interview environment, you are expected to speak so much at
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
in a very short amount of time. So practicing giving mock interviews obviously helps you prepare for
Hmm.
the interview environment. I would just say before any admission interview, the college interview, try to give at least two mocks, one or two mocks before the interview. It will definitely help you
Yeah.
prepare for the interview. Not anything related to, college, how the college is, when was the college founded, nothing of that sort.
Hmm.
Just preparing for your own sake, your speaking skills,
Yeah.
and your confidence level. That's it. And one more thing. So, so what I was thinking was that when you're doing an MBA, right, you are actually trying to build in your personality, right?
True.
So two things, like, it's not required to do an MBA to build your personality.
Hmm.
You know, it. See, the kind of environment that we have right now, it's just that industry standards require you to do an MBA before you could, be in a managerial role. But
Yeah.
if you want to develop your personality, then obviously MBA is not the only medium. You do not have to spend lakhs of money just to, develop your personality. If you're already earning good, if you're already in a good position, then you don't need to do an MBA. I think it is for someone who is actually looking for growth in their life.
Mm.
And if you think that doing an MBA, just doing an MBA would actually get me a good job, or I'll step up the career ladder in no matter of time, that is also something that not happens. It obviously depends on your willingness to grow.
Yeah.
If you just join an MBA but you don't have that willingness to grow or learn, then it will not help you at
That
all.
won't happen. Yeah.
So, yeah, so just if you're trying to develop your personality, you can do that anyways without even doing an MBA. You don't need that.
Yeah.
But if you are, unfortunately, it's the industry norms or standard, I would say, that you have to do an MBA to become a manager.
Mm.
But yeah, so yeah, any like also when it comes to like preparing for that, that's basic, pretty basic. And cat try to give mocks, try to finish the syllabus as early as possible to the T, to your best understanding. Then focus only on mocks. That will help you in ZAT as well, ZAT or GMAT as well. Yeah,
All
yeah, that's it.
right. All right. So that was, I think, a complete package for all those who must be preparing for this college, particularly, and also the other college. I think it's good. Generally the same, right? Almost the same for every other college as well. The process looks quite same. All right. So thank you again. And to all the
Sure.
viewers, if this video adds some value, please do considering subscribe my channel, like, do share as well. Correct. And I'll also paste the link of Pranay's LinkedIn account. So if you want to reach him out, you can also reach him out and he will be more than helpful for you. Thank you, Pranay, once again. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Sure.
Take care.
Bye bye.